I am a person who spends way too much time trying to improve their desk setup. I test a ton of accessories, gadgets, keyboards, and mice, and as a result, I change things in and out of my desk setup constantly. But over the past year, one device has never left my desk, and that device is the PlayDate. You know, the tiny experimental game console with the black and white screen and a crank on the side. Despite all of the changes, the PlayDate has never left my desk. But the reason why may surprise you. It's not the games, although the games are a lot of fun. And it's not how this thing looks, although I do think the PlayDate was really well designed. No, the reason why the PlayDate is always on my desk is because the PlayDate actually helps me be more productive. I know that sounds impossible, but let me try and explain. The PlayDate is unlike any other device I own because the PlayDate doesn't feel digital. It feels analog. The screen looks more like a piece of paper than a smartphone. The buttons are snappy and tactile, and turning the crank, well, the crank is just satisfying. The operating system is barely connected to the internet, there are no notifications from social media, and there are no advertisements to bombard you constantly. This is offline. This is old school. This is analog. And this analog experience is what allows the PlayDate to make me more productive. But what does that look like? How do I actually use the PlayDate during a typical workday? First is the clock. Because the e-ink-like display uses almost no power, the PlayDate becomes a desk clock when not in use, and it can go weeks without charging. I've got an app on my PlayDate called Focus, which is a Pomodoro timer. I can set timers for myself to try to get work done or take a break. Taking things a step further is a PlayDate app called Pocket Planner, which turns this game console into an analog office assistant. There's a calendar for creating events and scheduling. There's a to-do list. There's a voice memo tool. You can even manage contacts, but for me, the standout feature is voice memo. The PlayDate has a microphone and a speaker, and it's perfect for picking up and recording a quick memo, and then getting back to work. Now, I know what you're thinking. Why would anyone choose to use a device like this to create a to-do list or manage a calendar? The answer is analog. There's something about doing things offline that resonate differently. If I'm going to create a to-do list for myself using a gamepad and a hand crank, you can bet that I will commit that list to memory far better than I would if I quickly typed the to-do list into my computer. Now, I'm not actually crazy. I still use Google Calendar like everyone else to plan events with other people, but I do like using Pocket Planner on the PlayDate for short sprints of productivity. Say I'm working on a YouTube video, I will put my to-do list in Pocket Planner, or if I have an idea for a title and thumbnail, I can record a quick voice memo. Of course, I could do these things on my smartphone, but if you have a brain like mine, you know that distractions can be dangerous, and my phone is full of distractions. But there are times when I need to take a break and recharge throughout the workday, and that's where the PlayDate really shines. The PlayDate is, of course, a game console, and in general, the games you see on the PlayDate were designed to be played in short bursts. These games are instant. There are no long loading sequences or connecting to servers. These are pick up and play experiences, where you have a straightforward objective and you can enjoy yourself for 5 to 10 minutes at a time, and then put the PlayDate down. Look, I love my Switch and Xbox for the immersive games that those systems offer, but if I only have a few minutes during my workday to rest and recharge, the PlayDate is what I'm reaching for. This is what it was made to do. And taking better breaks throughout the day helps me be more productive. I know this experience with the PlayDate is mine and mine alone. Out of all the gadgets and devices I've covered on this channel, I know that the PlayDate is the strangest device I've ever made a video about. It's not something I can even recommend to most people, but there is something about this strange, analog, hand-cranked yellow box that resonates with me. Maybe it's because the PlayDate is offline, so I'm safe from notifications. Maybe it's because the black and white screen doesn't pull me into a trance like TikTok would. Or maybe it's the simple fact that the PlayDate is a novelty. I know that sounds like a bad thing, but for some reason my brain almost requires novelty to function and to be productive. And the PlayDate is a novelty that has lasted me more than a year at this point. My goal with this video is not to convince anyone to go out and buy a PlayDate to be more productive. In fact, that's probably a bad idea. My goal with this video is to show how productivity and creativity can come from unlikely sources. And I hope anyone watching this video can find their own PlayDate, their own device, gadget, or tool that unlocks their productivity. Thank you all so much for watching Work from Hype. The PlayDate is one of my favorite devices I've ever used, but not everything I've tried has been a winner. If you want to see some of the desk gadgets I absolutely regret buying, be sure to check out the video on screen. Thanks again for watching. I will catch you all in the next one.